Hi, welcome to Executive Care, and thank you for coming on the video with YouTube or scanning it with your smartphone. And thank you very much for reading our Christmas article. This, out of all articles, is the hardest one that I have to write. It's the one that I have to really search what I want to say, and much of it comes from my own experiences, as much of all of our life and views of life come from our own experience. So in talking about the article and trying to choose different topics to talk on, I came upon what we're discussing about love as being the greatest gift. I don't think that's something hard for us to relate to. I think we can all understand the importance of love. Unfortunately, as best as we try, even I have regret in my life in raising my girls. You don't always make the mark. You don't always hit the target. And not only do you regret it, but your children suffer because of it as well. So this whole topic of love and how to demonstrate it, especially if you're deficit from it. If you yourself, I myself, if we were not raised with love, if we were not, if it wasn't demonstrated to us, it's very hard to pass that on. It's something that, to really work, it has to be passed on. And unfortunately, a lot of things that we pass on to our kids come short of that love. Now, some of us have had great upbringings, and I mentioned that in the article, and be ever so thankful. I remember a time with my dad. My dad was, I know my dad loved me, I know my mom loved me. Those things I knew. So I'm blessed in that way. I remember a time my dad was watching the Rams. The Rams was his favorite team. I was about 13. He was into the game. They were playing really good. But I had a homework question. So I really did it on purpose to test my father. So I went into the TV room and I says, "Dad, I got a homework problem. I need some help. Can you come right now?" And I could see that he wanted to help me, but he wanted to watch the game. And I saw that dualism in his face, and I said, "It's okay, Dad, it can wait." But just the fact that he was wrestling with wanting to come to help me, in that moment I knew he loved me, that there was that love. And that's just a little silly thing that I did as a kid, and I remember it to this day, and I'm telling it to you now. So, but that's not a story that everybody can give. So, without talking a whole lot and getting right to the point of it, there is a God in heaven who loves us. He died on the cross for us. And I know I'm in a public magazine, so I don't want to get them in trouble and get, as you would say, too religious. Though to me it's not about religion, it's about a relationship with God. And so part 2 on our website, you have to go to our website, and there will also be another talk like this, part of part 2, that I will be discussing in more detail and in greater depth the love of God, and how to connect to the love of God, and what the cross means, and what the purpose of Christmas was. So I'll go into more detail there. And I would invite you to go there if you have, as we would say, kind of an emptiness, kind of like I bring up in the article, isolated. If you have these internal things and you just can't get it filled inside, can't get the void filled, we leak. As human beings, we leak. So if you relate to any of that, then please, I encourage you to read part 2 and to listen to the film, the other YouTube video we'll be doing of part 2 as well. Aside from that, thank you so much for being such great clients, for reading our articles, for providing for us, as I, as the owner, also have the responsibility to provide for my employees and their families. So thank you very much. God bless you. Merry Christmas. And looking forward to working with you next year. Take care. Bye-bye.